What are we looking at today? Another van, I guess. I can see from here, those seams are horrible.
The ad doesn't say it, but the buyer we're meeting here today apparently has spoken to the seller, and this van occasionally doesn't start.
Huh.
I wonder if it's a cam crank sensor issue, or is it more serious like the ECM? Is the electric fan going to come on when we try to start it?
Interesting. However, if the buyer is looking for a good project van, this looks like a good candidate for it already.
Yep.
Okay. Got a nice spray painted spot right here. Good ding here. It's like the gas door is rusting. Rust between here. Bubbly rust on the door here. That's reasonably solid, at least.
Chunks don't fall when we hit it. That's good.
Yep.
16-inch alloys.
Ooh.
Tires look good. Not great, but good. Well, not new, but got plenty of life left. Plenty of road left on them.
Got a good spot right here.
Well, this tire's a little dry rotted.
Somebody wasn't careful with their tool right here. Oh, it's got a third seat.
I believe the rear shocks have been replaced. Why does that beep? Key in it?
Nope.
No key in it. That's not a good sign.
This is your hood pull.
That's not a good sign.
Oh, that's bad.
That's bad.
Yeah.
That's real bad. There's something behind there. Oh, goop from the windshield.
Ooh.
Oh, that's bad.
That's real bad. Wow. That's non-existent.
And it's got black death till Thursday here. Look at the goo coming out of there.
Nice plug. Guess it's better than nothing.
True dat.
Down here looks pretty good at least. Here's the dent. That's quite a dent.
Fresh too. A little bit of rust on the drain hole. Not as bad as we've seen a lot of times, but not awesome. Missing some heat shielding on top of the exhaust.
Tailpipe goes all the way to the back though.
Oh, wow. It looked like it was, from the picture I told him this stuff was glued on in such a way it was going to fall off with one screw. There's the one screw that had to fall off.
Okay, but holy shit, are you looking at this right now?
Oh. Hey, chunks fell on the floor. I'll give you $1.
For the whole van?
Yep.
Yeah.
I'm sure I could poke my finger through that if I wanted to, but I'm not going to buy it, so I'm not going to do that.
Yeah, I don't even want to touch that.
Oh, yeah, that doesn't work.
Oh, yeah.
Interesting that it was locked.
Occupants of this vehicle are expected to use seat belts. FedEx. Interesting. ECM bad.
Not a doubt in my mind that ECM needs a $600 to $800 repair by SOS Diagnostics. This van is, yikes. That beeping before the key goes in is another symptom of that ECM shot.
Gotcha.
There are other things that'll cause that beeping, but that's what the Red Van used to do when we bought it. That's why we bought Red Van for a song back in 2013, I think.
Yeah, I bought Red Van for a song and it didn't look anywhere near this bad.
No, it didn't. But we're not going to say anything to dude until he looks at it first, and then we'll tell him all about it.
Hey,
It did start.
a little slow, but
Persistence. Yeah. Check out all this glass, this busted glass everywhere. Somebody shattered a window here very recently, but which one? The windshield? Maybe they replaced the windshield recently and haven't cleaned up since then?
there's another piece over here in the cluster.
Yeah, it's in the cluster, it's in the vents over here. But that's obviously not been replaced. That's not been replaced.
Maybe it was this one that has the FedEx sticker on it.
That makes sense. They pulled it out of a parts van. Because this doesn't look like a FedEx van. It doesn't have the orange seat belt. It doesn't have the single. Here, way to sleuth it. So first, we're going to dip this see how horrible this is. Way over full and gravy ass brown. Oh yeah. Neglect and overfold.
Motor oil.
It does, doesn't it? And I spoke to the seller there. He says isn't the best van he's seen, but it's one of the better ones.
Wow.
He drove it here from Daytona and it's great.
Wow.
It drives real nice, he says.
Wow.
He's sold several of these.
Wow.
Yeah, that one isn't coming out. We were digging in here trying to take this cover off. Perfect. Got a stuck screw here.
Oh,
So we're stuck on that, but tell you what, before we share what we see, why don't you take a look around it and form your own opinion first and then come back and we'll talk a little bit.
Been painted over, huh?
What are your intentions and goals? Are you going to use it for a work truck or build out a camper?
Well, probably both.
So let's talk about this one.
Yeah.
It's definitely not a candidate for doing a conversion. It's
Right.
it's too far gone.
Okay.
Let's look inside.
Yeah.
Push on that. Yeah, push on that. You're gonna go right through it, I believe, pretty quick and easy. We've got some other similar problems around the bottom and underneath, but the rust really isn't the worst of it.
Yeah, that same. Oh, wow.
Yeah, we've got daylight coming through right there, shining a light on my glove.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
The ECM, the computer to this van is shot. I mentioned what I thought it was going to be.
That's what it
absolutely is. First thing, turn the key on, the radiator fan came on up front. It's the ECM. When I had mine done, it was $600, but that was almost 10 years ago.
Right.
Haven't had a problem with the van since. That's Red Van.
Yeah. Did I buy a valve? Hey. Oh!
The other thing we're trying to dig at is the injector seal leak. Have you heard of black death? You know what that is?
Yeah. I definitely. Oh yeah, that's bad, huh?
That is black death. So bad it's just oozing out of all five holes.
When I looked seriously a couple years ago, man, everything was just getting snapped up. Unless there was one that was in Savannah, had two doors. It had like 50,000 miles. The guy used it as a food truck. There's nothing I can do with the side door.
Oh,
On the, two sliding doors.
Right.
That's really going to be a.
It gets in the way of your floor plan real fast.
And it put a bad. Yeah, I mean, if I was a moto guy, maybe that would be fine, but.
He might be able to get it to start again. Fingers. There. That's what we're talking about. If that comes on like that, ECM's having a problem.
So then you just have to jiggle it.
Yep.
Yeah. I called and talked to someone and said it's valid.
That was weird. It like,
The longer it's driven like that, the worse it'll get, the more often it won't start. And with Red Van, we got to the point where there were a couple of times I spent the night in it before I figured out the trick. If I take an 18-volt battery, drill battery, just a little, no amperage, and spark it, just tick, reboots that computer, just like you're running Windows, it'll reboot it.
Yep.
Oh man.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Where'd you get that white screen at blue screen?
Yeah, that's one of those ideas that came out of desperation.
It smooths out like that, but if you... Oh, that doesn't sound horrible at all.
No, I mean, it sounds like it's got a little, it's not as smooth as a diesel should be.
It's not. It's got that injector seal leak, so there's a little...
We're into the goods here. It should come off. I finally got that. Oh, it's stuck.
Ooh. Insert the lever.
I did get all...
Wow.
I did get them all.
Because it's got that much black dust. Oh my goodness.
That's scary.
That's like not a scene. That's kind of what I figured.
That's nightmare fuel right there.
When is this normally, when you start replacing these, about 100,000?
No. The first case of injector seal leak I had was probably somewhere around 400,000 miles.
So you think this thing's turned back?
No, I think it's been poorly maintained. Somebody probably did some work on the injectors and didn't torque it down properly, or didn't clean it, didn't put the seal in proper, and didn't bother to figure it out after it started doing this. Obviously this wasn't the right van for that buyer. I'm not sure this is the right van for any buyer. But if you're a potential buyer looking for a van, you want us to check one out here in Florida, drop us an email, bill@floridavanman.com. We'll go take a look at the van for you or with you. We'll shoot some video footage and talk to you about the van before we go away. So if you have any questions, we can go back and look at it, take it for a test drive with you on the phone. We'll do everything we can to help you find the right van for you. I read the listings almost every day shopping for Sprinter vans. Car,